There was a woman who was married to her husband for 16 years and they couldn't have children. She was in her mid-40s, about 44, and he was about 47, and 16 years had passed and they couldn't have children. She had tried everything naturally and it wasn't working, and had decided that she wanted to go down the IVF route, but the husband was dead against it. He didn't think it made economic sense and also was too risky on her body with little chance of success. So he managed to convince her to not go down that route. Later on, the woman, out of desperation and thinking that she ought to give the husband choices, had suggested that he find some other woman that he liked and have children with her, so that he could bring the children home and she would look after them. But he said, "Oh, hell to the no, I could never do that to you. I love you too much to do such a thing to you. You're the woman for me. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I love you so much and I'll never do that to you." She thanked him, and this kind of set her mind to rest, but she was always thinking about the fact that she hadn't been able to give the man children and that her position was quite shaky. After a while, the man went home and had gone home being Ghana, to go visit, back and forth. They had family, they had things they were working on, and they were 16 years into their marriage and were living in the United States, slaving away, working hard, and had their own little stuff going on back home. So he went to Ghana often to go and see what was going on. And it was on the latest of his trips, when he got back, that he told his wife that he had something that he needed to tell her. He had a confession to make. The wife is like, "Honey, what could you ever do that was so bad to hurt me so much? You can't even upset me. What is it?" And then out comes that he's got children outside of the marriage. He started off with one, but as the time went on, he managed to confess that there were actually 2 children. And the woman in question was pregnant again with the 3rd child. The woman was excited that somebody had managed to give her husband children, but she was also pained at the same time, because how could I be offering you to go have children outside of the marriage and bring them, and you swear heaven and earth to me you could never do anything like that to me, only to turn around later and be telling me this? But she kept her cool and tried to compose herself, acting all happy for the man. And then comes the actual apology. He says, "I'm not just apologizing for going behind your back to have these 2 children and for the woman to be pregnant with my 3rd, but actually the issue is with the person that I'm having the children with." "Who is it? Is it somebody I know?" "Oh yeah, it's your own sister." And then he mentions her name. At first she's like, who? Like, which one are you talking about? "Oh no, your own sister, your younger sister. Yeah, she's the one that I've had the 2 children with, and she's pregnant with the 3rd one. And I don't want my children to grow apart from me. I don't want them to grow away from me. So I want to go and bring your sister and my children to come and live with us so that they can grow up in America and I can see them and they can be a part of our lives." On hearing this, the wife, absolutely distraught, calls her mom to complain. "Mom, can you imagine what has happened? How can my own little sister, blood sister, do this to me? What kind of betrayal is this? My own younger sister having 3 children with my husband." Thinking that the mom was going to console her and tell her something that will suit her heart, the mom says, "You better shut up about this and not tell anybody what has happened. Is your sister the first person to have children with your husband? Do you know that this other friend of mine, that child that you see with her all the time, that daughter of hers that she's flaunting around isn't even her own child? There's so many people that do it. This is nothing short. If your husband goes to have a child with your own sister, shouldn't you be even thanking your sister? This is something that is inside the family. Why are you upset? And now this sister is asking, should I leave this marriage or shall I stay? And I want my social media family to advise this sister about what it is that she should do in this instance to save her marriage or to leave and have her peace. I want my social media family to advise her. And this video, this story, credits goes to Evangelist Frida Efriye. I find some absolutely mind-boggling, sensational, heart-throbbing stories from her platform. And the ones that I feel that we can draw lessons from, I share on this platform in the hope that if there's somebody else that is going through something similar, that we can all learn life lessons from these stories. And so, Evangelist, God bless you for bringing these absolutely appalling stories on both sides to the fore and helping us all to learn valuable lessons from it. Now, here's my own opinion. Personally, I would leave that marriage. I could never trust a man who would stoop so low as to warm his bed with my own younger blood sister. It's called incest for a reason. And I don't care about the fact that I can't have children, she couldn't have children. That is besides the point. There are some lines that you just simply don't cross. And this guy has stepped way too far. So in my opinion, that marriage is a wrap. It's done. I would never, in my wildest dreams, even think about staying in such a marriage. A man who can sleep with your own younger blood sister, can sleep with your mom, your child, if you had a stepchild, in fact, his own child that he has with you, there's nothing to say that he won't jump and pounce on his own daughter and sleep with her. And so, I'm sorry, but my VJs are not safe with that kind of environment. No, we're done. Number 2, what kinds of mothers are we seeing in this generation, like in this time, in this life? What kind of mothers are we seeing? A mom who would see wrong and call it right. A mom who sees nothing wrong with one child, ruining another sister's home and calling it right and something to be hushed and not even spoken about. Absolutely appalling, absolutely disgusting. And I just can't in my mind, wildest dreams, imagine having a mother like that. Thank God that a mother, the woman that gave birth to me, would never be a party to any nonsense like that. But if you have a mom like this woman who thinks that wrong is right just because it suits her, then I don't know what kind of mom this woman is. Heartless, wicked. I don't have adjectives to describe her. But may God have mercy on you. Divide and conquer rule in your home, choosing one child over the other. Yeah, may the heavens. I could never talk to a mom like that ever in my life again. I would forgive her from afar, but I could never call her mom in my life again. I'd much rather be by myself than have a mom like that. And now to the husband. Why is it that When men are impotent, they can't have children naturally, biologically. They always expect their spouses to put up with it, whether they wanted children or not. Put up with the situation, live with them, never go have no children outside of wedlock. None of that. When the tables turn, and it's the turn of the men to stand by their wives for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, including the inability to have children, they are always found wanting. They always have to go and spread their seeds elsewhere. Isn't it bad enough that after this woman gave you offers to go and find somebody outside of the home, outside, not her sister, like some total stranger, and go have your children, you turned her down? But you thought it was good enough to have a child with her very own sister. What kind of a man are you? What moral scruples do you have? Does your dingling just simply have no discipline? Is there no contentment? Like, if you think that that is what you must do, does it have to be your sister-in-law? Now you've ruined a complete home. Your wife can never be with you anymore. How can you sleep with your wife and your wife's sister? Do you even understand the enormity of the calamity that you've brought into that home and onto the generations that descend from that? You're a very horrible man. And any woman that is unfortunate enough to come across a man like this just ought to walk away from that to have your peace. Living with a man like this is tantamount to being taken into a psychiatric ward, because the emotional, mental, and psychological damage that this would have done to you is irreparable. So your best course of action is to just remove yourself from this situation. But this man, he is appalling, heartless, and this man can actually delete you. Any man who is capable of this level of deceit behind your back with your own sister, is capable of removing you. Not safe at all. And so I really would like to hear what my social media family think about the story. It's not made up. It's happened in real life to somebody who is desperately looking for advice. And I hope that a sister in the house, a brother in the house, can advise this sister. To me personally, I think she already knows what she ought to do. And that is to pack bag and baggage and to leave that marriage. Because that ain't a marriage. That is not a marriage anymore. The die is cast. The man has chosen who he wants to be with, and that's just as simple as that. It's just so disgusting when you think about it. Sleeping with a sister and the sister, sleeping with sisters at the same time. Absolutely diabolical, to put it mildly. My sisters, be vigilant. As a woman who can't have children, my heart actually goes out to that woman. But this is not the way. We're similar age too, but this is definitely not it. You don't have to rub your head, your face, your mouth, your nose, your eyes in the sand simply because you can't have children, darling. Not having children is not, you haven't committed any crime. It's not a life sentence or a death sentence. There's so much better that can come out of you. Yeah, you couldn't have children. There's so many kids out there that are looking to be loved. If you want children that badly, go and adopt a child. You can live with them by yourself and have your peace. But please, distance yourself from this animal because this man is a predator. And even your own child that you have with him, regardless, is not safe around him. If he can sleep with your sister, your younger sister, I can't put anything past him. Trust is completely down the toilet. Can't trust anybody like that anymore. This world is really a dreadful place. And as the saying goes, there is no art to tell the mind's construction in the face. I really want to hear what my social media family have to say about this horrible story. But I had to share it in the hope that if there are any women that are out there that think that because they can't have children, their life is over, I want you to understand that there is so much more that could come out of you than stooping so low to think that allowing your husband to sleep with your sister to bear children for him is acceptable behavior. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. That's what it is. So let's hear what my social media family have to say about this. May the heavens bless you. Take care of yourself. And remember, you are worthy of so much better than putting up with crap just because you can't have children. It's not a crime. You haven't killed anybody. Enjoy your life. And if you really love kids that much, there's so many scattered all over the globe that are waiting for somebody just to hold them in their arms and love them. Adopt children. 1 billion times better than putting up with crap and risking losing your peace of mind, your brain, your sanity in the name of this thing called marriage. May the heavens bless you. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.